happen at our success meeting. And otherwise, you're going to get a rubber chicken thrown at you. And I was like 24 or whatever. And so I really got the rubber chicken thrown at me a lot. But then I've learned not to say a lot of negative things throughout the years. So now what I do is, if somebody says something negative, I just say, I'm going to throw my rubber chicken at you. And they're like this. Or my friends, most of my friends, have a rubber chicken RC Jr. This is RC Jr. And I give these out because I want them to know that it's important to be nice to yourself. It's important to be nice to other people and not talk negative. And so it's like, I don't have any grandkids, but I do have some grands that come over, six little gals from my church, and they know that RC, if anybody says anything negative, they're going to get the rubber chicken thrown at them. And so they, I'm going to throw RC at you, And so it's kind of a fun thing to do for kids that instead of saying, would you stop that, or whatever, and, I just say, you could just say, I'm going to get RC out, or... Okay, you guys can be quiet for a while. But if I hear anything, trust me.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. I'm double duty now with both of them. Let's see. Thanks for reminding me, Julie.
I was just mad, so I just had to.
Okay, I already told you on to the right. Okay, now I want to know if any of you guys have grandkids or kids or... See, I started writing more of the poems when I got the kids, when we received our children, because under the circumstances we were at, I really wanted to find out, or I wanted to give them a voice. And so I wrote poems from their point of view. And so that little line is called the inside scoop, because it's from their point of view, not ours. And so, we might like leftovers, anyone. That was the first one I wrote. My parents feed me all these foods that I have never tasted, ate until I'm all full up, and not a drop is wasted. Unless, of course, you count the food that's stuck between my fingers, in my hair, on my chair, and all the food that lingers. Leftovers, anyone? And a lot of times I ask new parents, okay, well, how is your child sleeping? And so la la land. At the end of the day, when night comes and I begin to yawn, my parents pray that I will stay in la la land till dawn. Most people think I'm sleeping. My parents disagree. They seem to think I'm recharging my little battery. Let's see. Okay. Pace setter. Oh, I don't remember that one. Okay, how about Mama's missing marbles? Especially moms that have more than 2 kids. How do they do that? And I was like, wow. So I wrote this one called, this is one of my mom's favorites. She said that was the one that I should illustrate and put into a book form. And I go, okay, Mom. Mama's missing marbles. Mama lost her marbles. At least that's what she said. She went off to find them. I got sent to bed. It's with Mama's missing marbles. It's a major mystery to me for Mama's missing marbles. I have yet to see. If I could only find them and stick them back inside her head, then maybe, just maybe, I won't be stuck in bed. I think someone stole my marbles. Oh, did I mention, you guys, that fun follows me? Okay. I've been saying fun follows me for years because I really believe you can have fun everywhere you go. I actually had fun at the colonoscopy last year. I was sharing my Ode to the Old poem, and he's like, laugh. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can have fun everywhere we go. So I have a saying that God gave me. God gives me everything. Fun follows me. So I wrote a little poem. Fun follows me. I just have to say, if fun's not here, it's on its way. Fun's a great friend, we're partners in crime. Together we laugh and have a good time. Okay, I got that. These are great visuals. Let's see. how far are we into this? Are we almost, are we wrapping it up?
You have
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Okay, I forgot to say this part too. See, mental pause when I'm on. Yesterday was my birthday, and my parents joined a religion that when I was 10 years old, and I didn't have birthdays after 10 years old. So I really actually like to celebrate any day of the week. I can just say, give a gift to somebody and say happy 3rd day of July or whatever, But one time a few years back, I was just, again, complaining in my brain, and God says, no, you can't be looking like that. You can't be thinking that way, And so I thought, I was complaining about a lot of things in my mind, and so I said, okay, my birthday, what do you think about that? And he gives me this poem, and I renamed it Grateful because I was really grateful for this. And it goes, happy birthday to me. Wait, stop. Before I go on, everything except for the car is still the same. Everything for the car. So I was trying to focus on what was good in my life. Happy birthday to me, oh yes indeed, for on blueberry muffins I get to feed. I get to drink coffee and chat with my friends and belly laugh like old cackling hens. I get to drive a Mustang convertible that Eric just bought and speed down the freeway lest I get caught. I get to have Christ in my everyday life. I get to stay married and be Eric's wife. I get to be mom to Saban and Suzanne. I get to be their #1 fan. I get to give hugs and get hugs back. My hugging love tank will never lack. I get to work and I get to play. I get to enjoy this glorious day. I get to live in this wonderful place and rest at the pit stops and finish the race. I get to have friends and family oh so dear, maybe just maybe another great year. I get to be grateful for all that I get, and the getting is good for me, I said. So that's one of my favorites. And then I started writing poems for my birthdays a couple, like I wrote one, I think, this is 64, I wrote this one when I turned 64. This is what God gave me. Age is an attitude, so what is yours saying? Are you happy in life or are you just complaining? Are you serving others or are you serving yourself? The difference will be the depth of your wealth. It's all in your attitude, truth be told, whether you're young or whether you're old. So I always say I have age is an attitude and I have a great one. And I'm not gonna read that one, but okay, where was I?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dawn.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Last year I wrote a short one because I just didn't have much to say, and I'm sticking to that one this year. Last year I wrote this poem, very short. 66, how can that be? Just yesterday I was 23. I've been talking about kind of the fun stuff. And, anybody have teenagers in their life? Anybody? Yeah. Okay. Do you know how a teenager acts and thinks and feels? Yeah. Are you surprised? Yeah.
Yeah.
I work with teenagers, and so I wrote this. Would you like to hear the teenager poem?
Yeah.
Okay. It's called, it goes, as a parent or a grandparent of a teenager, perhaps you'd like to sing, you think you know it all, but you don't know a thing. But they won't hear you anyway, so save your energy. They know more than we do, that's their reality. They think the money really grows on trees, and this they won't admit. They want their independence, but want you to pay for it. They want to stay up all night, and they want to sleep all day. They want what they want, and they want it all their way. They think they are invincible, and we should worry not. They say they won't do wrong, and for sure they won't get caught. So with iPod in tune to WIFM, I'm sure you will agree their favorite radio station is What's in It for Me. And the teenagers I was working with said, Mrs. Myhra, that is so mean. I go, no. I said, I was a teenager once. I thought the same way. Okay. So I did, I have poems about kids. Anybody work with special needs kids? Would you like to hear my heart-to-heart poem? Mm-hmm. Okay. I love my special needs kids, and you really have to, I don't know, it was one of my favorite things. In fact, I still have a couple of them in my life, and I just love them. But this one was a really challenging child, and everybody's like, ah, you know. But this one goes, it's called Heart to Heart. Do you even get me? Do you understand? I'm a good kid inside. I do have a plan. My heart says to behave. It's important to be kind. But my emotions disagree and don't want to mind. Then I get in trouble. I feel I'm always there. It's not the plan to follow. It's just not fair. So in order to help me, you'll need to do your part. To love the child inside of me, you'll have to know my heart. I know there's been tough times. I don't know if you guys want to hear any of my poems about tough times, but I have like, oh, I got this one. I think this is funny. Okay, do any of you have small children or grandkids, like in the like 2-year-old area? Okay, I wrote this one because my son thought he was just everything. It's called I Know, No, No. I'm oblivious to the words no, no, and this is why, you see, because every time I turn around, someone says no to me. I've been told that to make a good choice and to come away from there, to play with something else instead, or to find my teddy bear. With all these great alternatives big people give to me, it's funny to think how clever they must think themselves to be. But it's no secret. Please let's give credit where credit is due. I know the meaning of no, you see. I'm heading for my twos. And it's with this terrible two syndrome I must firmly disagree. It's called learning independence. It's called me discovering me. So when I test their patience as they guide me all about, I hope they will forgive me for the times I tune them out. I illustrated some of my stuff, and this is one of my favorite ones because it could be for us. We could be puddle jumping. I've got my puddle jumping boots on. It's a puddle jumping day, and I can't wait to get outside and puddle jump my way through big puddles and little puddles and puddles in a row, deep puddles and shallow puddles. I'll be splashing as I go, for I'm the master puddle jumper, and that's just what I do. I'll be jumping puddles till I make the puddle jumping who's who. Okay, all right. I'm almost ready to wrap this up. There have been times that it's been really tough in our seasons of life, and so a few years back, I literally said to God, "What am I going to do with this mess?" I could hardly breathe. I just couldn't breathe, and this is one of my favorite sayings: breathe in faith, exhale fear, because they can't live in the same household. And so he gave me this poem, Breathe in Faith, and so I'm going to share it with you. As I breathe in faith, I think of the sun, and he said, concentrate on me, don't think about your stuff, but concentrate on me, don't think of the fear. As I breathe in faith, I think of the sun and concentrate on all he has done. From walking on water to calming the sea, he died on the cross for you and me. He healed the sick and the hungry he fed. For all of mankind, his blood he shed. In a fallen world, he led a perfect life, spoke words of wisdom, took on our strife. He beat death and rose from the grave. For every sinner, our life he would save. So I breathe in faith and know he is here. I focus on him and exhale my fear. I just have 2 more poems. I have a whole bunch, but I'm just going to read the last 2. Remember when that gal came over and told me I needed, she wishes she went, I went stir pie. I've been asking God to give me a poem for that many years. And one day last fall, he said, I was getting ready for the day, and he says, put away your stuff, I got something for you. So it's called Backdoor Friends. And I don't have this memorized because he gave it to me just like, I got to write this down. You know. Backdoor friends. Backdoor friends know what's cooking. Backdoor friends are always looking to know you better and to have your back. When things get hard, they'll pick up your slack. Because backdoor friends don't care about your mess, how you look or how you dress, because backdoor friends care about your heart. Backdoor friends will do their part. They'll show up and just be there, celebrate your victories, hold you in despair. Backdoor friends forgive you and love you with all of your flaws. Backdoor friends Well, they practice the pause. Backdoor friends will pause before they speak, encourage you when you're feeling weak. Backdoor friends are loyal behind your back, tell you the truth with grace and tact. They are my life jewels and precious gems. My back door is wide open for my backdoor friends. I hope you have some good backdoor friends. I think Jesus is like backdoor friend, but there was a couple things that don't describe him. And this is, I think I'm going to close with this one. It's called In the Dark. One of my friends at a small group, she said, I'm afraid of the dark. And I'm like, oh. And she meant it. She was really afraid of the dark. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So I went to bed that night, and the Holy Spirit woke me up 3 times. And I didn't even have a piece of paper and a pencil, and I was just he gave me the words, and I got out my phone and put it in my notes. By 10:30 the next morning, I walked this poem over to her, or drove it over. Anyway, it's called In the Dark, and I think that anybody who doesn't know Jesus is in the dark. So I'm going to this is going to be mine. In the dark, when I can't see, my crafty mind plays tricks on me. Fear appears and stakes its claim to torment me in this mind game. Imagination soars to doors I know I should not open. The war within belongs to him. He's the one to hope in. Holy Spirit led, I'll rest my head and sleep in his embrace. Dream sweet dreams of heaven, his holy peace and grace. Now I know that in the dark, it's there for me to see. The love of God, so much so, his light's left on for me. And in closing, I'd just like to say, I am going to pass this on to anybody who wants to put their name in the basket or whatever. And then I'll draw a drawing. A drawing, like I should remember the name drawing, you know. But, and then I have a little gift for each one of you before you move on. It's a little Jesus. And I would have wrote in calligraphy, I do calligraphy, your names, because I had them on a piece of paper. But I thought, it's just entirely possible that somebody else might want to share this with somebody else so they can put their name and hand it off to somebody. But mine is sitting, mine is sitting on my dashboard in my car. So I'm going to pass that around, and I thank you again for all coming. I hope you have a awesome day with plenty of sunshine. S-O-N.
Yes.